discuss about the elements and symbol of the element, compound and its characteristics in detail. So let's see. Elements, as we know, elements are the pure substance and they are made up of only one kind of atoms. There are total 118 elements. 92 elements occur in the nature or on the earth, and the remaining 26 elements are formed artificially by the scientist. Now, to recognize them with a proper way, all the elements have their own symbol. Symbols of the element. Symbols of the elements are abbreviation, which is used to show the element's name. For example, oxygen. Oxygen is represented by the symbol capital O. Hydrogen is represented by the symbol capital H. When two elements have the name with the same letters, for example, carbon and calcium, they are starting with the same letter, that is a C. So in this case, we need to represent the calcium with the two letters. So the symbol for carbon is capital C and the symbol of calcium is capital C and small a. Here we use the two letters to show the symbols of the calcium. The two elements have the first two letters same. For example, cobalt and copper. They begins with both the letters are same. That is CO and here also CO. So in such a case, we need to take any one of them name from their Latin name. So from their Latin name, we will use their symbol to show them. So cobalt is represented with the capital C and small o. But the copper is represented with its Latin name, that is in cuprum. It is denoted by Cu. So symbol of the copper is C, capital C and small u. All the elements are arranged in the form of periodic table. So what is a periodic table? Periodic table is a systematic arrangement of all the elements for their convenience study. So let's see the periodic table.
This is the structure of periodic table. Here all the 118 elements are arranged in the systematic manner. The horizontal rows are called as periods and the vertical columns are called as groups.
In this chapter, we will discuss only about the first 20 elements in detail with their symbol, with their places in the periodic table.
This table shows first 20 elements. These elements occupy first 20 positions in the periodic table. Let's see their names and symbol. Hydrogen, capital H. Helium, He. Lithium, Li. Beryllium, Be. Boron, B. Carbon, C. Nitrogen, N. Oxygen, O. Fluorine, F. Neon, Ne. Sodium, Na. Magnesium, Mg. Aluminium, Al. Silicon, Si. Phosphorus, P. Sulfur, S. Chlorine, Cl. Argon, Ar. Potassium, K. And calcium, Ca. So these are the names and symbols of elements.
There are some common elements. In the earth crust, oxygen is present in the greatest amount and which is followed by the aluminium, iron and silicon. The nitrogen is the most abundant element which is present in the atmosphere. Next, in the human body, oxygen, hydrogen, carbon is present. Now our next topic is compound. So before going to learn about the compound, let me explain some basic examples. Suppose alphabets, the 26 alphabets we combine in the proper way, then there will be the formation of the appropriate words, and that words we are reading in the dictionary. Other example is the digits from 0 to 9. As we combine them or as we make their combinations, then there is a formation of various numbers. So these both examples shows or tells us about the combination of alphabets and the combination of the digits.
Similarly, compounds are also based on combination, that is, combination of elements.
Compounds are the pure substances. They form by combining two or more elements in the fixed proportion by their mass. There are various examples of the compound. Example: water, marble, glucose, sugar, salt, alcohol, carbon dioxide, calcium oxide, nitrogen dioxide, zinc chloride. Next, the characteristics of the compound. As we know, water is a compound and the water is made up of the hydrogen and oxygen, and whenever water is formed, it is made up with the fixed proportion of the mass, that is 1:8, and they combine in the fixed ratio. And from any source of water you can take the water, and if you will count the ratio of the hydrogen and oxygen, it will be fixed. So it shows that while formation of the compound, elements are combining in the fixed proportion. The properties of water are completely different than its constituent hydrogen and oxygen. It means the water is made from the hydrogen and oxygen. That hydrogen and oxygen has the different property than the compound form water. So hydrogen and oxygen both are in the gaseous form, but after combining them, water is formed, and that water is in the liquid state. As well as hydrogen burn itself and oxygen supports the burning, but the water formed from them is used to putting out the fire. So this shows that the constituent element's property and the compound form, its property, are completely different. We cannot separate out hydrogen and oxygen from the water by any physical process, for example evaporation, melting, freezing and so on. But we can separate the elements by using the chemical process, for example electrolysis. So what is electrolysis? Electrolysis is the process in which we can pass the current through the water and we can separate out the hydrogen and oxygen elements.